All right, Shalom. All right, let me get straight into this lesson. I'm gonna be dealing with this whole Mother's Day madness, right? That you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans, right? You all into. Didn't the scriptures not say, "Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world"? Right. So a lot of you people choose. You call yourself believing in the Bible, but yet you're governed by the world, right? You cannot serve two masters. So let's get into this Mother's Day madness that you've been indoctrinated to do ever since you was a child, right? So you learned all the customs and traditions and celebrations of your enemy, right? They've taught you everything you know, and you copy that, and you pass this down to your child, right? Generations and generations, and it's a vicious cycle, right? And when you Israelites dwell in pleasure and ignorance, right? You do these things because you want to do them. It says right here, so this is nothing new under the sun, right? All this Queen of Heaven worshiping the mother, right? This and that's why America is under a woman vibration. Look at the Statue of Liberty, right? It's under a woman feminine spirit. That's why the men act a certain way, right? This says right here at the top. So this ain't nothing new, right? It says, did you know the Romans celebrated Mother's Day? It was held on March 1st, the start of the spring and the first day of the year in the archaic calendar. But never mind breakfast in bed and banquet of Roman Mother's Day. Women served their own slaves and offered up flowers to the goddess. Right. So this version of Mother's Day, this is not nothing new, right? So you can go deep into it and do your own research. Let's go back here. Right. But all these celebrations and these traditions that you celebrate ignorantly, right, and you do it proudly, but yet you say you believe in the Bible, right? It's madness, man. And that's why we say madness, because your Israelites is not dwelling with no knowledge, right? You dwell in ignorance and traditions, right? And this day got a spell on most of the people. You know what I'm saying? There's a spell on it because it controls their emotions, right? Let's go here. So let's go into the modern rejuvenation of this, resubmergence of this thing. See right here. All right. So they had a version of Mother's Day in the ancient Roman Empire. So to speed up to the modern time, right? It says the idea started in America when a woman called Anna Jarvis held a small memorial service for her own mother on May 12, 1907. Right, soon after most places in America were observing the day, and in 1914, the United States president made it a national holiday, celebrated on the Sunday on the second Sunday of May. So let's go to this woman, and this the woman, right? That's behind, as they say, right? Let's go here. The Edomite, right? But when you go deep into it, she didn't really want this to be a day, but these devils made it a day, right? So you go all into that history, right? But it's patterned after a so-called white woman, but it's the revival of this same concept that was done in ancient Rome. And that's how you know America is the revival of the Roman Empire, this Greco-Roman Empire, right? It's the same as the Roman Empire, right? Let's go here. So most of these celebrations, what I'm saying? Let me say all the celebrations have a spell on our women and the men, but especially the women for a day like this, because you got people, right, of our nation are enchanted by this day for many different reasons, right? Right? Isaiah 47:1. It says, "Come sit in the dust. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." It's talking about America, right? So let me jump down to 12, right? So stand down with thine enchantments. So let's go to this word enchantments. And I go to the scripture quite often because this place, America, actually has a spell on our people. It controls their emotions, which controls their actions, which control the way they think, and which controls what they do and they don't do, and what they believe in, what they think the truth is. And it makes them feel happy. It makes them feel sad. It brings out the emotions under these spells, in particular dealing with these so-called holidays. It says enchantments. It says a feeling of great pleasure, delight. You hear that? So these days bring joy to our people and it makes them festive. right? And it's an enchantment on them. You thought a spell was something you saw in the cartoon with a witch, cooking up a brew, right? Cooking up a pot to brew with a big stick, with a big spoon down in the basement. No, this witchcraft, these enchantments are the things that happen every day, right? These things are very subtle. It says magic, right? It says seduction, temptation, appeal, magnetism. So most of our people are magnetized to these celebrations, this culture, because this place got a spell on them. Let's go here. But yet they try to say they believe in the Bible. That's why we don't take you Christians seriously, right? We know you all bugged out. 1 John 2:15. It says, love not the world, right? What does this mean? Did it mean you walk around and say you hate everybody? No. It's these traditions, it's these customs, it's the spirit of this place, right? Right? Love not the world. So there got to be a separation from you and the world. And the world come with traditions and celebrations that you was taught. These are the things that are in the world. So this world come with philosophies. It comes with false religions, false doctrines, right? Celebrations, all right? Traditions that you was taught. You know what I'm saying? It comes with a way of thinking, right? If any man love the world, so that means if you put anything over the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, then a lot of you Israelites know you're not supposed to be doing this, but yet you do it anyway. That's what the scripture is talking about. You know this not of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, of God as you know, right? But you doing anyway because you wanna fit into the society. You want to please your family. A lot of you are servants to your family, right? You want to fit in. You don't want to be outcast. It says the love of the Father is not in him. So most of these people are delusional when they say they love so-called God and they go on this whole emotional psychobabble, right? But they don't follow nothing in the scriptures. Jeremiah 10:2. And this scripture is going into what people know as Christmas today, right? But this can be applied to anything dealing with this, right? It says, thus said the Lord Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen. So learn not the way. I'm going to break this down, right? The way of the heathen. The heathen is anybody outside the nation of Israel, right? And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. So it's supposed to be a separation from the way you think, what you do, and what you don't do in the world. So let's go to this word. Um, let's go back so you can see. I'm gonna break it down, right? It says Jeremiah 10:2. Learn not the way of the heathen. So we're gonna go to this phrase, the way, right? So you can understand that's why you have to go into Hebrew, Greek, and Latin to understand what words properly mean. It says, look at this. It says the way. It says way, road, distance, journey, manner, road, way, path, journey, direction, manner, habit. It says E, course of life. That's what I was looking for. Course of life, right? So let's break this down. What does this mean? Life course. So we're going to go to this word, course of life. Life course is one and the same, right? Let's go here. Salakia. Give me 1 second and find what I need. 1 second, Salakia. Right? See, life course right here. It says at the very top, life course theory of life course perspective is an approach to studying and understanding the ways in which people live. Right? You hear this? So this is the society that you live in. Let's go here. I went to this, way people live, right? I'm just, what I'm saying, breaking it down in a sequence so you can get it. It says way people live, meaning the habits. It says the customs. That's heavy. It says the customs and beliefs of a particular person or group of people. So you was indoctrinated and brainwashed to do these celebrations, and your parents, indoctrinated you as well because they was indoctrinated. This is a vicious cycle. It's a generational curse, right? Generational curse, right? So customs, that's what I want to focus on. So we just working our way down so we can get the understanding. It says custom, right? So that's what our people have picked up, right? Whether they be born in any part of the world, America has influence over the whole world. So that's why you see Christmas going on in the whole world. You see, women wearing leggings done up across the whole world, right? You see all these brands that's in America, accepted all over the world. McDonald's is in pretty much every single country. The way people think, you know what I'm saying? The Mother's Day vibration is pushed throughout the whole world, right? It says a custom. This is a custom is an activity, a way of behaving. That's why you celebrate Mother's Day, because it's the way you behave, right? It's way you think, right? So it starts with a thought, an indoctrination, and then you act it out in real life. That'll be something like you pulling up at a side of the road when you seen all these people selling the Mother's Day, bundles or whatever. See, it leads to action, right? So that's how you know you're under this witchcraft, right? Or an event which is usual or tradition in a particular society. Do you hear this? Right? So this is a particular tradition. This is a tradition that's done every year, right? That our people copy because they want to fit in society, right? And a lot of them just ignorant to this. A lot of them don't know what the origin of this come from. They just follow it because it make them feel good. They are part of this society. They don't want to be left out, right? They in the world. That's why we say you people in the world, because you in the world. That means you're doing the customs, the traditions, the celebrations, and the things of the world. You're doing exactly what the people in this world, this society, does. You're emulating, you're copying it right to the T. And this day has a big enchantment because it exalts the woman, right? It's woman worship. That's exactly what it is, like the Queen of Heaven, right? Spirit. And all these different idols that these different societies them lumped up into Babylon. That's why Babylon have many different deities, and many different idols that they worship here, right? And that's why ultimately this place got to be destroyed, and you have to come off. You can't say. Matter of fact, let me pull this last scripture. Give me 1 second. Right. So if you didn't know better, you got to do better. You got to cut this, and that applies to all these other so-called holidays. Father's Day, Easter, 4th of July. All this stuff ain't got nothing to do with the Bible, and it's the way of the heathen. That's why I said, learn not the way of the heathen. Right. We broke all that down. What that means, the way, right? Because the way is like somebody show you a way, show you a path, a direction, a way to live, and you copy that, right? Matthew 6:24, the KJB at the very top. It says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other. What does this really mean? Right? So that means you can't serve the Most High, right, the God out of the Bible, and serve the world too. That means you can't do Mother's Day and Father's Day and all these different traditions of the world and say you were the Most High, right? Because you would exalt one and you would basically exalt one over the other, right? You can't do both at the same time. It makes no coherent sense, right? And that's what you people try to tell us that you're doing, and we're able to call you out in your BS through the Spirit. It says, or else he would hold to one and despise the other, right? So that means you would go do Mother's Day, Father's Day, all these things, and say, you know what? God understand, He know my heart, and that's just a cop out, right? You cannot serve God and mammon, and then mammon is going back into money, right? So this scripture got many layers to it, but this is a application that it could be applied. You can't be in the world and be in the truth. It don't work like that. Either you're gonna be in one or the other, right? And your actions will show. Because if you're in the truth, you're not gonna celebrate these things of the world. If you say you believe in the Bible and you stand by God as you say, right, you're not gonna celebrate anything dealing with the worldly traditions. You're just not gonna do it. It's gonna be a separation from you and the world, because if you're doing everything the world do, how would it be a separation now? It makes no logical sense, right? So we got to use common sense, get back to the basics, right? Hopefully this lesson was edifying. Call Hala Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rachat Kodash. Shalom.